Next chapter, aryl halides. Aryl halides is the common name or haloarenes is the IUPAC name. Take subheading aryl halides. Halogen containing compounds are broadly classified into three types. Halogen containing compounds are broadly classified into three types. First one is alkyl halide. Alkyl halide or haloalkanes. Regarding alkyl halides, we already completed the synthesis, chemical properties, physical properties and applications we already completed. If you have any doubt, you can check my previous videos. In alkyl halides, halogen attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. Okay, halogen directly attached to sp3 hybridized carbon where X is equal to fluoro, chloro, bromo or ido. In alkyl halides, halogen directly attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. Second classification is aralkyl halide. Aralkyl halide. Here, halogen attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. That sp3 hybridized carbon will attach to carbon of benzene ring. This is aralkyl halide. Halogen attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. This carbon attached to carbon of benzene ring. This type of compounds is known as aralkyl halide. For example, so this is benzyl chloride. This is benzyl halide. Benzyl halide. Aralkyl halide. This is benzyl halide. If you keep X is equal to chlorine, benzyl chloride, benzyl bromide, benzyl iodide or benzyl fluoride. If one halogen is replaced with, so another hydrogen replaced with another halogen, this is aralkyl halide. This is benzol halide. Benzol halide. This is an example of aralkyl halide. So if X is equal to chloro, benzol chloride, X is equal to bromo, benzol bromide or benzol iodide, like that. Another classification of aralkyl halide, replace one hydrogen with another halogen. These are all aralkyl halide. This is benzo trihalide. Benzo trihalide. Benzo trihalide. So that means if X is equal to chloro, benzo trichloride, benzo tribromide, benzo triiodide, like this, these are all aralkyl halides. In this aralkyl halide, halogen attached to sp3 hybridized carbon, which is attached to carbon of the benzene ring. The last classification is our topic, aryl halide. In aryl halide, halogen directly attached to carbon of benzene ring. Halogen directly attached to carbon of the benzene ring. This is aryl halide. If X is equal to chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, like that. Chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, these are the aryl halides. So, alkyl halide, aralkyl halide and aryl halide are the main classifications of the halogen containing compounds. Today we will discuss the synthesis and the chemical properties of the aryl halides. Next, synthetic procedure for the aryl halide. Synthetic procedure for the aryl halide. Preparation of aryl halide. Preparation of aryl halide. First method, direct halogenation. Synthetic procedure for the aryl halides. First method is direct halogenation of aromatic hydrocarbons. Direct halogenation. This direct halogenation is an electrophilic substitution. Halogenation. Direct halogenation is example of electrophilic substitution reaction. Regarding electrophilic substitution reaction, we did one complete video. If you have any doubt regarding electrophilic substitution, you can check my previous video. Direct halogenation is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction. We are trying to prepare aryl halides from the aromatic hydrocarbons. For example, when benzene reacts with chlorine in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. AlCl3 should be anhydrous. It is acting as a Lewis acid. So first this chlorine reacts with, forms a complex with AlCl3 to give electrophile. After that, electrophile will attack on the benzene. In the final step, removal of the electrophile will take place. If you want any doubt, you can check my previous video. This is electrophilic substitution reaction. Finally, we will get chlorobenzene. The electrophile in this reaction is Cl plus is the electrophile here. Cl plus is the electrophile. Cl plus is the electrophile. Cl plus is the electrophile. This is electrophilic substitution reaction. The side products are hydrochloric acid. We can also do this reaction in presence of AlCl3 Lewis acid. We can use AlBr3, AlI3, zinc chloride, FeCl3. We can use either of the Lewis acid. Alternatively, we can run this reaction when benzene reacts with chlorine in presence of iron. We will get chlorobenzene. The side product is here is hydrochloric acid. Here what is happening is first iron reacts with Lewis acid required, but we have not taken Lewis acid here. So what is happening in this reaction is first iron reacts with chlorine to give a Lewis acid FeCl3. 2 moles of iron and 3 moles of chlorine to give 2 moles of FeCl3, that is acting as a Lewis acid. So chlorine first reacts, forms a complex with FeCl3 to give Cl plus. Chloronium ion is the electrophile that will attack on the benzene. In the final step, FeCl4 minus will abstract a proton. Regarding the mechanism, you can check my previous videos. So similarly, when benzene reacts with bromine in presence of AlCl3 or AlBr3, okay, AlBr3 or FeCl2, ZnCl2, any of the Lewis acid we can use to give bromobenzene. This is a direct halogenation electrophilic substitution reaction. The side product formed is hydrobromic acid. So similarly, if benzene reacts with bromine in presence of iron, so what is happening here? First iron reacts with bromine to give FeBr3, that is acting as a Lewis acid. That Lewis acid is used to form a electrophile to give bromobenzene. So by using the side product formed is hydrobromic acid. So by direct halogenation we can prepare chloro, bromo and iodo compounds also we can prepare, but fluoro compounds we cannot prepare. Now let's see iodination. Iodination by using direct halogenation. Preparation of alkyl aryl halides. Iodination, example of direct halogenation electrophilic substitution reaction. When benzene reacts with iodine in presence of AlCl3, we can use any of the Lewis acid, AlCl3, ArBr3, FeCl2, FeCl3, zinc chloride. We can use any of the Lewis acid to give iodobenzene. The side product obtained in this reaction is hydroiodic acid. Like chlorination, hydrochloric acid, bromination, hydrobromic acid. Similarly, iodination, hydroiodic acid is formed in the side product. But electrophile is I plus, so there is no problem. The only problem is hydroiodic acid is a strong reducing agent. So it reduces iodobenzene to benzene. So that means once iodobenzene is formed in the reaction, that reduces iodobenzene back to benzene. So as a result, reversible reaction is taking place. So electrophile that will attack on benzene. So after that, removal of the old electrophile H plus will take place to give I plus, iodobenzene. So the side product whatever Hi is formed, that is a strong reducing agent that reduces back to benzene. So forward reaction and backward reaction takes place simultaneously. That's why it is a reversible reaction. Even if you run the reaction for longer time also, it is not possible to complete the reaction. Always 50% of the starting material will be left. So that in this way, this is not a good method. So to move the equilibrium forward, we need to use strong oxidizing agent. If you use strong oxidizing agent, that strong oxidizing agent quench the reducing, so Hi, strong reducing agent. what is happening if you use, for example, if you use strong oxidizing agents like HiO3 or HNO3, HiO3 or HNO3, there is no reversible reaction. Okay, so if you use strong oxidizing agents like either of HiO3 or HNO3, so equilibrium shift towards the forward direction, there is no backward direction. If you are not using HiO3 or HNO3 as a strong oxidizing agent, reversible reaction will take place. What happens if you use HiO3 means, for example, if you use iodic acid, HiO3, what it will, the role of HiO3 is, if you use HiO3, whatever the Hi is formed, hydroiodic acid is formed. So that HiO3 reacts with Hi to give 3 moles of iodine and so 6, okay, that means 3 H2O, 3 moles of water, okay, balanced. 5 hydrogens are right. So what is happening is, if you use HiO3 in the reaction as a strong oxidizing agent, once Hi is formed, that reacts with HiO3 to give I2. So initially Hi is formed, that reacts with iodic acid to give I2. That means concentration of Hi will decrease, concentration of I2 increases. According to Le-Chatelier principle, if concentration of the reactant increases, so equilibrium shift towards the forward direction. As a result, reaction will complete, you will get the better yields. Similarly, if you use HNO3, either of the, so you can use either HiO3 iodic acid or nitric acid. If you use HNO3, whatever Hi that is formed in the reaction, that reacts with nitric acid to give NO2, H2O and then iodine. Okay, balance this reaction, iodine. Okay, 2 Hi, 2 HNO3, then 1 mole of iodine, 2 moles of NO2 and 2 moles of the water. Right, 4 plus 2, 6. Okay, done. Okay, 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. So once Hi is formed in the reaction, if you are not using nitric acid, so that gets reduced the iodobenzene form to back to benzene. Suppose if you use nitric acid, whatever Hi is formed, that reacts with HNO3 to give iodine. Once iodine is formed, means according to Le-Chatelier principle, concentration of the reactant increases, equilibrium shift towards the forward direction. So this is an electrophilic substitution reaction. It's a direct halogenation of aromatic hydrocarbons. This is a good method to prepare the halogen containing compounds or aryl halides. Okay, for chlorination and bromination there is no problem. Why? Because the side products are hydrochloric acid and hydrobromic acid. Nothing will happen. No need to add any strong oxidizing agent. Whereas for iodination, we need to use strong oxidizing agents like iodic acid or nitric acid to shift the equilibrium towards the forward direction. So this is about direct halogenation. Next method is Sandmeyer reaction. Next method of preparation for aryl halides is Sandmeyer reaction. In Sandmeyer reaction, we can prepare aryl halides by using the starting material required for Sandmeyer reaction is benzene diazonium chloride is required. This is benzene diazonium chloride. This is the starting material that is required to prepare aryl halides by using Sandmeyer reaction. First we will prepare benzene diazonium chloride. So this Sandmeyer reaction is used to prepare the aryl halides from benzene diazonium chloride. First we will prepare benzene diazonium chloride. So benzene diazonium chloride can be prepared by using nitration. First step is nitration. It is a nitrating mixture. Mixture of HNO3 plus H2SO4 is the nitrating mixture. If you do nitration on benzene, it is a nitration. So NO2 plus is the electrophile. It is also electrophilic substitution reaction. That NO2 plus will attack on benzene to give nitrobenzene. Once nitrobenzene is formed, this nitrobenzene which on reduction with tin and HCl to give aniline. Nitrobenzene gets converted into aniline. So this is aniline. After formation of aniline, aniline reacts with HNO2. HNO2, or we can use sodium nitrite, NaNO2 plus HCl. This NaNO2 plus HCl ultimately give HNO2 to give benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, to give benzene diazonium chloride. Okay. So we'll get benzene diazonium chloride. This is the starting material for the preparation of aryl halides in Sandmeyer reaction. Now, Sandmeyer reaction. So for Sandmeyer reaction, we need benzene diazonium chloride. So that we already prepared. So the Sandmeyer reaction is useful for the preparation of aryl halides. By using Sandmeyer reaction, we can prepare chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. See the reaction when benzene diazonium chloride. When benzene this is benzene diazonium chloride. When benzene diazonium chloride reacts with copper chloride plus hydrochloric acid, okay, at room temperature to give chlorobenzene. This is an example of Sandmeyer reaction. The side products obtained is H2 and hydrochloric acid, N2, nitrogen and hydrochloric acid, or Cu2Cl2 at room temperature can get chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene plus nitrogen and hydrochloric acid are the side products. Okay, whether you can use copper chloride HCl or Cu2Cl2. Similarly, CuBr, copper bromide plus hydrobromic acid at room temperature will get bromobenzene. The side products are nitrogen and hydrobromic acid. Similarly, we can also use Cu2Br2. Okay, either we can use CuBr plus hydrobromic acid or we can use Cu2Br2. Either we can use either of the reagent to get bromobenzene. Nitrogen plus hydrobromic acid is the side product. So this is Sandmeyer reaction. By using Sandmeyer reaction, we can prepare chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. It is not possible to prepare iodobenzene and fluorobenzene by using Sandmeyer reaction. To prepare iodobenzene and fluorobenzene, so another procedure required. So Ball-Simon reaction can be used for the fluorobenzene. Iodobenzene we can use Ki. So that we will discuss in the next example. The next, Gattermann reaction. Gattermann reaction is used to prepare aryl halides. For Gattermann reaction also, the starting material required is benzene diazonium chloride. See the difference between Sandmeyer and Gattermann reaction. When benzene diazonium chloride, so this is benzene diazonium chloride. When benzene diazonium chloride reacts with, okay, we can prepare chlorobenzene and bromobenzene by using Gattermann reaction. Fluorobenzene and iodobenzene cannot be prepared by using Gattermann reaction. So when benzene reacts with copper under heating condition in presence of hydrochloric acid, we will get chlorobenzene. See the difference between Sandmeyer and Gattermann reaction. The side products are nitrogen and hydrochloric acid. Okay, so whereas in Sandmeyer reaction we need to use either copper chloride in combination with HCl or Cu2Cl2. Whereas when benzene diazonium chloride reacts with copper under heating condition with hydrobromic acid, we will get bromobenzene. Chlorobenzene and bromobenzene can be prepared by using Sandmeyer, Gattermann reaction as well as Sandmeyer reaction. Only difference is the reagent used is different. If it is copper combination with hydrochloric acid under heating condition or copper in presence of hydrobromic acid under heating condition, that is Gattermann reaction. Whereas in Sandmeyer reaction we need to use CuCl or Cu2Cl2. So we can also take benzene diazonium chloride directly. If benzene diazonium chloride, so directly heating with copper at high temperature, we will get a chlorobenzene. So this is also Gattermann reaction. The side products are nitrogen and hydrochloric acid. Right. So also when benzene diazonium bromide, this is benzene diazonium chloride and benzene diazonium bromide. If reacts with copper at high temperature, we will get bromobenzene. Okay, we can use either of the conditions. Nitro, so HCl will not be formed here. Why? Because we are not using any source here. So nitrogen is the side product. Okay, so when benzene diazonium chloride reacts with copper in presence of HCl or copper in presence of HBr, we will get chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. Or directly we can heat the benzene diazonium chloride under copper, we will get chlorobenzene, or benzene diazonium bromide, if you heat with copper, we will get bromobenzene. This is a Gartermann reaction. We can prepare chlorobenzene and bromobenzene by using Gartermann reaction. Also, Sandmeyer also we can prepare chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. So next, Ball-Chiman reaction. Ball-Chiman reaction. Next, Ball-Chiman reaction. This method is used for the preparation of fluorobenzene by using benzene diazonium chloride. Ball-Chiman reaction is used to prepare only fluorobenzene. The starting material required is benzene diazonium chloride. When benzene diazonium chloride reacts with fluoroboric acid HbF4, this is fluoroboric acid HbF4, fluoroboric acid. Fluoroboric acid. So this fluoroboric acid can be prepared by using BF3 reacts with HF. Fluoroboric acid will be obtained, that is used as a reagent in Ball-Chiman reaction. When fluoroboric acid reacts with benzene diazonium chloride at room temperature, initially we will get benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate will be obtained. Okay, benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate will be obtained. So the side product is hydrochloric acid. Tetrafluoroborate, side product is hydrochloric acid, which on heating, here heating is required, which on heating this is benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. Benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. When benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate undergoing heating to give fluorobenzene. Benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate undergoing heating to give fluorobenzene. The side products are nitrogen and BF3 are the side product. Okay, so we can prepare only fluorobenzene by using Ball-Chiman reaction. So chlorobenzene and bromobenzene, iodobenzene cannot be prepared. Okay, so next method, Hunsdiker reaction. Hunsdiker reaction is a method to prepare aryl halide. So we can also prepare alkyl chloride and alkyl bromide by using Hunsdiker reaction. Since we are discussing aryl halide, we can prepare only aryl halide by using Hunsdiker reaction. We can also call this reaction as Borodin-Hunsdiker reaction. So this method is used to prepare only bromobenzene. You can prepare only bromobenzene by using Hunsdiker reaction. It is not possible to prepare chlorobenzene. Whereas in alkyl halides we can prepare alkyl chloride and alkyl bromide. Whereas aryl halide we can prepare only aryl bromide, that is bromobenzene. So for Hunsdiker reaction we need silver salt of the carboxylic acid. Silver salt of the carboxylic acid required. This is the starting material. Silver salt of the carboxylic acid, aromatic carboxylic acid is required. That is for a Hunsdiker reaction or Borodin-Hunsdiker reaction. This silver salt we can prepare when benzoic acid reacts with silver hydroxide. We will get silver salt of the carboxylic acid. This is silver salt of the carboxylic acid. When silver salt of the carboxylic acid reacts with bromine in presence of CCl4 is the solvent for Borodin-Hunsdiker reaction. For this reaction we can also use xylene as a solvent, either CCl4 or xylene. It's a free radical substitute reaction to give bromobenzene. So when silver salt of the carboxylic acid reacts with bromine in CCl4 or xylene, the side products are carbon dioxide and silver bromide are the side products. Okay, this is Borodin-Hunsdiker reaction. It's a good method to prepare bromobenzene by silver salt of the carboxylic acid. Solvent is either CCl4 or xylene. So next method, from phenol and from benzene diazonium chloride. Preparation method for iodobenzene. Iodobenzene can be prepared by using benzene diazonium chloride, but this is not an example of Sandmeyer reaction, not an example of Gartermann reaction. So when benzene diazonium chloride, this is benzene diazonium chloride, when benzene diazonium chloride reacts with potassium iodide, aqueous potassium iodide, so light heating is required for this reaction at room little above than the room temperature, around 40 degrees 50 degrees centigrade is required to give iodobenzene, plus iodobenzene plus nitrogen plus potassium chloride is the side product. So we can prepare iodobenzene by using direct halogenation and also iodobenzene by using benzene diazonium chloride with potassium iodide. Whereas iodobenzene cannot be prepared by using Sandmeyer reaction and Gartermann reaction. Next method, preparation of chlorobenzene from phenol. So among the all methods, this is the least method. Why? Because the yields that we are getting from the phenol are very less. This is phenol. When phenol reacts with PCl5 to give at room temperature to give chlorobenzene plus POCl3 plus hydrochloric acid. So, but the yields are very less here, low yields will get. It's not a good suitable method, but we can prepare chlorobenzene by using phenol. So, this is about synthesis of aryl halides. In the next class, we will discuss chemical properties of the aryl halide. In chemical properties, aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction we will discuss, nucleophilic substitution reaction we will discuss. So generally on benzene nucleophilic substitution reaction will not take place, but it will take place under drastic conditions. There are two mechanisms, addition elimination mechanism and elimination addition mechanism. We will discuss all those things in the next class. So this is about today's class. Read well, follow the class. All the very best. Thank you.